Hey everyone, it's me. I wanted to make a video about can I get a witness? And I can't sing. I want to make a video about an experience I had recently that, gosh, I can't tell you how actually, how grateful I am that I had this experience and that I was allowed, oh gosh, to get some affirmations. That's what I consider an affirmation. And just to recap, when my daughters were teenagers and younger, we always had their friends always came over and were a part of our family. They were there sometimes every single day. Sometimes they stayed with us and they just became a part of our family and extra daughter or two or you know. And so we were I was I mean they were always there. Um, and that's just the way it was. So uh, when your children is strange, a lot of times in the past 10 years, I haven't seen obviously their high school or grade school friends and the kids that used to hang out at the house, you kind of disconnect from everyone. And then after the estrangement occurs, you sometimes believe uh, either you're told you must have been a terrible parent or you start to believe it because your children tell you you were a terrible parent. And so because there's a disconnect and you start to meet people outside of the estrangement, the people that really didn't know you as a mom or a dad. And so the affirmations really don't come from anywhere, not your children, not their friends, etc. And people that didn't, you basically getting affirmations about the person you are today, but not the person you used to be before all of this occurred. And I I went somewhere this past weekend. I went to a craft fair, and sitting behind the desk selling tickets was one of the young women who was an extra in our home, who was part of our family. And I looked at her and I said, "Hey, you're so and so." And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Do you know who I am?" She goes, "Yes." And at that moment in time, I don't know if she's still friends with my estranged daughters, and I don't know what she's been told, how she's feeling about me. So I kind of walked into it. Oh, it's kind of like when you're walking on broken ice, you're just taking your time and looking to see if the ice below you is going to crack before you fall, so you don't fall in. And so I sat there and I thought, oh gosh. And she goes, "Oh, my mom's over there." And I was like, oh my gosh. And I loved her mom too. And I smiled and she smiled and I gave her a hug. And then she's the girl, the young lady said, "I'm still friends with so and so, your oldest daughter, on Facebook." And at this point in time, you're at a fork in the road and you can either go left or right. And so I said, "Yeah, there's been a disconnect for many years." And she goes, "All she said was she doesn't talk to you anymore." And she goes, "Do you know why?" And that opened the door for me to explain my own experience and what I've been told about the estrangement through my oldest daughter. And I said, "So it's been, a heck of a time and this and that." And it just ended up being one of those situations where I was finally able to share my thoughts and feelings and all of that on the estrangement. And she says, "I can't even believe it because I lived in your home and you never abused your kids. You didn't." And for the first time in many, many years, I was told that I was a kind and loving person, that she loved being in our home, that she never felt unsafe, that the claims of the abuse and the mistreatment were unsubstantiated. I felt like a weight lifted off of my shoulder because I finally had a witness to someone that was in our home and someone that stayed there, that wasn't afraid, that really enjoyed being there. And so I told her I was so very grateful for her to be so kind and for her to understand and for her to give me an affirmation that I was a good mom. So I just want to say it is a tough, tough road to walk. And we do need those affirmations from other people. And I can give them to myself, but when it comes from someone else who was there, I got a witness, and I I got it. I needed it so much because I felt like 1,000,000 pounds of weight were lifted from my shoulders. And I was finally able to exhale. And now I just need to remember her words and spend time with people who believe what she believed. And that's it. So I just want to say, if you can get a witness that will say that you were a good mom or a good dad, I'm telling you, it will really help. It really did help me. It was an unexpected blessing, and it's something I really needed. And I hope this happens for you guys too, but just know, I hang around with people who believe in me, who know me, who love me, and who want the best for me. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope this helps someone else, and gosh darn it, we all need to hear it. So I hope this helps someone, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.